Carousel at the park has jammed up on something. Two men use all their strength to free it. The body is bagged and brought back to the lab, based on the parabolic curve of the dental arch and the concave surface of the pubic bone. The doctor determines the victim is a Caucasian male. The degree of browning in the muscle tissue confirms the time of death was between 48 and 60 hours ago. The victim's teeth are all porcelain veneers, worth about $30,000 on the market. But Hodgins finds no wallet or phone in the clothing. On the ring finger of the victim's left hand, there's a circular mark where melanin is absent. This indicates the victim's wedding ring is also missing. Camille collects the victim's facial skin and uses it to roughly reconstruct his appearance. Angela then scans it, adding skin tone and facial features. After running it through the database, they successfully find a match. The records show the man's name is Bill. His wife reported him missing just yesterday. Upon learning of her husband's death, the wife struggles to accept it. She insists her husband was very kind and never caused trouble. She'd been vacationing in Miami for the past week. It wasn't until the day before yesterday that the housekeeper suddenly called her, saying Bill hadn't come home for 2 nights. This was very unusual, since Bill always came home every night. The wife also mentions that Bill was a trader at a stock company, so Booth heads to the firm. In the boss's eyes, Bill was one of the company's top traders. However, last week he hit the wrong key, causing the company to lose $8 million. But Bill had made the company $500 million last year, so the boss could accept this loss. The boss suggests investigating Baldy, because Bill's mistake directly affected him, and he's been emotionally unstable lately. After investigating, they learn that Bill's error cost Baldy $500,000. And that very night, Bill was murdered. Baldy admits he has a temper, but he'd never kill the team's star player over one mistake. After all, he knows that if Bill dies, the team's earnings would only get worse. During the conversation, Booth notices the ring on Baldy's hand and immediately recognizes him as a key player for the Spartans. He was the one who led the team to win the national championship back in the day. But because of his hot temper, he punched a referee, which got him banned from competition the following year. Baldy says everyone has their hot-headed youth. With too few leads, the interrogation has to end. In the lab, Hodgins examines the particles on Bill's clothing and finds quartz, sand, and rust. But there's none on the soles of his shoes, which means the park wasn't the primary crime scene. Hodgins also finds residue from architectural pesticide, which contains sulfuryl fluoride. This substance is highly regulated in Washington, so Hodgins tracks down the companies authorized to use it. Meanwhile, Camille finds traces of cocaine in Bill's nasal cavity. Bill had been using large amounts of drugs for some time. The cocaine also contains some dust particles mixed in. Hodgins identifies it as pollen from a specific type of oak tree. Only 4 areas in Washington have this species of oak. Cross-referencing with the pesticide company locations, Hodgins narrows it down to one mansion. The investigation reveals the mansion belongs to Bill's coworker. When Booth arrives, he finds several luxury cars parked out front. Turns out there's actually a party going on inside. Booth pulls out his badge and clears the place. After removing everyone from the party, he begins questioning the coworker. As usual, the coworker claims that on the night in question, they were just attending a party together. But no sooner does he finish speaking than Jeffersonian finds cleaned up bloodstains in the bedroom. In the lab, the intern discovers a comminuted fracture on the skull. This is what killed Bill. After examining it, the doctor sees multiple impact points, indicating Bill's head was struck many times. Additionally, there's a defensive wound on Bill's right radius. The wound is U-shaped, suggesting the weapon was some kind of thin cylindrical object with a pointed tip. Angela immediately uses photos from the mansion's bedroom to run a computer simulation. She determines that a candlestick matches the weapon profile. The pointed tip of the candlestick is what cut Bill's arm, and the square base could be what bashed his head in. When they lift fingerprints from the candlestick, they discover they belong to a girl from the party. After obtaining a search warrant, police recover Bill's missing belongings. The girl explains she's in the bedsheet business. On the night in question, Bill ordered $4,000 worth of her services, but then didn't have the money to pay. So she took his wallet, phone, and ring as collateral. Bill suddenly lunged at her. On instinct, she grabbed the candlestick and swung it at him, cutting his arm. The girl insists she didn't kill anyone. She also notes that Bill seemed more desperate to get his phone back than his wallet or ring. The intern then examines the candlestick and finds that the base is too thick. It couldn't have caused the comminuted fracture on the forehead. Angela checks Bill's phone and successfully finds an encrypted file. However, the file requires Bill's iris scan to unlock. So Camille injects saline into the eyeball. Through scanning, they discover the file contains an audio recording of the boss asking Bill to take $500,000 to bribe the SEC's chief technology officer. If the boss knew Bill had recorded this conversation, it's possible he killed him. Booth arrests the boss. During this time, the doctor notices that the handle on the boss's desk matches the injury on Bill's mandible. Under blue light, they discover the desk corner is indeed covered in bloodstains. So this is the primary crime scene. In the interrogation room, the boss claims he's not the killer. He also provides an alibi for himself. On the night in question, he was at home having sex with a woman. He can even provide video evidence to prove his innocence, because he recorded himself having sex with her. However, this also clears the boss of suspicion. In the interrogation room, based on the injury patterns, the doctor determines the killer slammed Bill's head against the desk corner. Under the microscope, they find something glittery along the edges of the bone seams. After testing, Hodgins quickly provides an answer. The glittery substance is jade. Reviewing the known suspects, only one person fits the profile: Baldy, the man Bill hurt so badly. According to login records, in the early morning hours when the crime occurred, Baldy had opened his computer, proving he was at the office. Baldy admits he was indeed at the office then, and the doctor finds bloodstains on his ring. It turns out that at the time of the murder, he saw Bill sneaking into the boss's office to steal money, probably trying to buy back his phone. But Baldy caught him. Having been a star player for the Spartans, Baldy has a deep obsession with team spirit. Bill's actions would definitely affect the rest of the team. Already hot-tempered, he grabbed Bill's head and slammed it against the desk, but he used too much force and it turned into a bloodbath. During the repeated blows, his ring got scratched, causing fragments to remain lodged in Bill's skull. The case is now solved.